Good afternoon and welcome to this edition of 956 Sports Baseball. You're tuning in to the regional quarterfinal between the Edinburg Bobcats and the Laredo United Longhorns. Game 2 of this best-of-3 series. First pitch is just a couple of seconds away here in Roma. Kevin Naro here with the call. Leading it off for the Bobcats will be the shortstop, number 1, Jaime Alvarado, as he takes the first pitch low and in. The Bobcats got a Game 1 victory last night by a score of 1-0 with John Henry Gonzalez being the winning pitcher. Here's the starting lineup for the Bobcats. Batting first is Jaime Alvarado. Batting second is Michael Castillo. Batting third is Luis Ortega. Batting in the cleanup spot is Matt Trevino. Batting fifth is John Gonzalez. In the sixth hole, the designated hitter is Daniel Solis. Batting seventh is Manny Ibarra. Eighth, Josh Aguirre. And batting ninth, Jaime Cancino. That's the starting lineup for the Bobcats. The 1-1 pitch. Low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Ryan Amador to round up the starting lineup for the Bobcats. Here's the pitch that's in for a called strike. Bobcats, the away team here in Game 2 with the red tops, white pants, high socks is Alvarado with the white and red stripes. And the pitch is inside for called strike 2. Count runs full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Laredo United in the white jerseys with blue numbers on the back. That pitch low, ball 4. It's going to be a leadoff walk for Jaime Alvarado. Sets up Michael Castillo. Here's your starting defense for the Longhorns. Up the middle, the second baseman, Ricky Villarreal. At shortstop, Bernie Martinez. Over at first base, Omar Cervantes. Over at third base, Abel Aguilar. Those are the corners of the infield. In the outfield, over in left field is Eddie Gonzalez. Over in center field is Adrian Castillo. And patrolling right field will be Artie Guajardo. Behind the plate for the Longhorns is Eduardo Mata. And on the mound for the Longhorns here in Game 2 is David Garza, number 14. Castillo trying to lay down the sacrifice bunt. It shoots foul. No balls, 1 strike early on. The Bobcats are coached by Robert Valdez over on the third base side. Coming from the stretch is Garza with a runner on. And a pickoff attempt. Alvarado slides back safely, standing up on the bag. Hitting from the right-handed side of the plate is Castillo. He's the starting catcher for the Bobcats this afternoon. And now time called from the batter. Cervantes holding the runner on first. With the right foot on the bag. Holding the runner, Alvarado. And the pitch, bunts it foul for 2 strikes. Castillo not happy with himself, trying to lay down the sacrifice bunt. The home plate umpire doing a bit of house cleaning early on. Score was 1-0 last night. The Bobcats won on a walk-off base hit from Daniel Solis. 1-0 was the final score, so it was a pitcher's duel last night. Coming from the stretch is Garza, checks the runner. And the runner is going, tries to lay down the bunt and does down the first base line. And he's going to be tagged out, but the runner will advance to second base. That's Alvarado. Got a good jump, so the sacrifice is in order. Just like that, the Bobcats have a runner in scoring position for the number 3 hitter. That's Luis Ortega. Ortega, who is the counterpart of Garza this afternoon. Ortega will be the starting pitcher for Valdez and his Bobcats. Ortega steps into the box. Middle of the infield. Coming close to the bag, shortstop shades away. Swing and a miss on a fastball. First pitch, high and away. No balls, 1 strike. corners of the infield. First base is playing back. Third base shaded in. Garza checks the runner and the pitch. This one slap foul. Count runs 0-2. Matt Trevino in the on-deck circle. Heart of the order coming up for the Bobcats. The winner here will get San Antonio Johnson in the Sweet 16. They swept O'Connor last night. Breaking ball swung on. Chopper to the shortstop. Picks it. Checks the runner. Fires over to first in time. 6-3 put out. 2 down with a runner still on second. This brings up Matt Trevino. Bernie Martinez, the shortstop, made a fine play. The wind's coming in from right to left. We'll see how it affects the right-handed hitters. However, Trevino batting from the left-handed side of the plate. 2 down, no score, top of the first here at Roma High School. First pitch, painting the outside corner for strike 1. Alvarado got aboard on a leadoff walk, followed by a sacrifice bunt. For the first out, Ortega grounded out 6-3, so there's 2 down for the cleanup man, Trevino. Shortstop coming off. Alvarado takes a secondary lead. No one covering at second, so he walks back to the bag. John Gonzalez in the on-deck circle, who was the starting pitcher last night for the Bobcats. Alvarado on second, takes the lead. This one's shot foul towards the left field side. One ball, 2 strikes is the count. Good crowd on hand this afternoon. Edinburg Bobcats to my right and the Longhorn fans from the center on to the left. Here's the 1-2 with 2 down. Off speed outside. And they're going to make the throw over to second. Alvarado slides back in safely. He'll be back on second. Took a bit of a larger lead there. Eduardo Mata, the catcher, was well aware. Tried to throw the runner out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count. To Trevino, the starting first baseman for the Bobcats. The 2-2 is high, ball 3. Trevino working the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Scoreless here in the top of the first. Game 2 of this best of 3 series. If game 3 is needed, it'll be played at 8 o'clock, I believe. We'll see how long this game takes. And we'll go from there. Here's a 3-2 payoff pitch. Swung on, hits the left field. Makes the grab for out number 3. Trevino is retired on an F7. No runs, no hits, 1 walk, and a man stranded midway through the first. Bobcats nothing. Longhorns due up next. You're listening to 956 Sports. Welcome back to 956sports.com. Kevin Nara with the call. We're coming to you live from Roma High School in this regional quarterfinal. We apologize for the technical difficulties in the top half of the inning at the start of the ball game, but everything's flowing smoothly. In case you missed the top half of the first, Jaime Alvarado got aboard on a leadoff walk, followed by a sacrifice bunt from Michael Castillo, and followed by back-to-back outs. Ortega grounded out 6-3. Daniel flew out to left field. So it was no runs, no hits, one walk and a man on. Midway through the first, no score. Longhorns coming to the plate. Leading it off is Ricky Villarreal. Batting second is Bernie Martinez. Batting third is Eddie Gonzalez. Batting cleanup is the designated hitter, Jonathan Rodriguez, as the first pitch is in for a called strike one looking. Batting fifth is Artie Guajardo. Batting sixth is Abel Aguilar. Batting seventh is Omar Cervantes. Batting eighth is Edward Mata. Batting ninth to round up the lineup is Adrian Castillo. That's the starting lineup for the Laredo United Longhorns. The 0-1 pitch off speed, swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes. So let's meet the starting defense for Robert Valdez's Bobcats. The corners of the infield, Matt Trevino is at first base. John Henry Gonzalez is the third baseman. That's the corners of the infield. Here's the 0-2 from Ortega. Fastball high and away. Count runs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Up the middle for the Bobcats, Jaime Alvarado is the shortstop. Playing second base is Ryan Amador. Villarreal hitting from the right-handed side of the plate. Longhorns, all white, orange trim. Chopper to the second baseman. Amador picks it over to first and in time, and a 4-3 put out for out number 1. And the outfield for the Bobcats, center fielder is Jaime Cancino. Over in right field is Josh Aguirre, and in left field is Manny Ibarra. Doing the catching is Michael Castillo, otherwise known as Mackey. And on the mound for the Bobcats is Luis Ortega. First pitch outside for ball 1. Bernie Martinez, the batter, wearing the number 4. He's the starting shortstop, steps out of the box. Eddie Gonzalez in the on-deck circle. Fastball high. One ball, no strikes. One down in the inning, no score, bottom of the first. Here's the windup and the 1-0 pitch. That one high and in. Or rather, the count goes to 3-0. So it's back-to-back balls. Third pitch in for the third straight ball. So Ortega falls behind in the count. 3 balls, no strikes. Three-0 hitters count. It's in for a called strike one. Looked as if Martinez wanted to step out of the box, but stayed in at the last second. Nonetheless, it's a strike on the outside corner. 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 down. Middle of the infield playing back, I would say on the grass, but it's turf here at Roma. That's a shot to the third baseman, picked by John Henry. Over across the diamond and in time. 5-3 put out, 2 up, 2 down. That ball can be a little tricky on the turf. All season long, the Bobcats have been used to playing on grass. Same with Laredo United. Bobcats do have some experience playing on a turf field. They did play a makeup game against PSJ Memorial earlier this year. The Bears campus is turf, so Bobcats have been here before. They know what the turf can present. 2 outs, first pitch, off speed for a called strike one. Eddie Gonzalez is the batter, batting third, wearing the number 21. High socks is Gonzalez. Orange and white helmets for Laredo United. They're led by head coach Juan Gomez. 9 years at the helm. That pitch is hit foul toward the right field side. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 down in the inning. Here's Ortega's 0-2. Fastball got away from him, high and outside. So once again, in case you're just tuning in, we're here in the bottom of the first inning. No score between the Edinburg Bobcats and the Laredo United Longhorns. The regional quarterfinal. Bobcats took game 1 last night by a score of 1-0. They lead the series. 1 game, 2-0. That pitch high outside. Count runs even. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Time called from Mackey. Wants to switch to the baseball. Again, Matt Trevino was the first baseman. John Henry Gonzalez, the third baseman. The 2-2 pitch. Again, high and away. Counter run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Good at bat from Gonzalez. Was down in the count early, 0-2. Able to work Ortega here with 2 down. Amador, the second baseman, and Alvarado, the shortstop. Here's a 3-2 payoff pitch with 2 down. That's outside, ball 4. It seems as if Ortega is trying to set something outside. Trying to get the batter to chase. That one just got away from him. So the first base runner for the Longhorns is aboard with 2 down. This brings up the designated hitter, Jonathan Rodriguez. DHing for the pitcher, David Garza. So a runner aboard with 2 down. Changeup swung on, lifted to left field on the run, but this one shoots foul, and Rodriguez, first pitch swinging for the fences, and again we talked about that wind blowing from the right to the left, favoring the right-handed hitters. No balls, 1 strike. Fastball missing away. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Or, yes, 1 ball, 1 strike. First pitch being a foul ball. Second one just missing. The 1-1 pitch popped up. Shallow right field. Amador calling it off and slides and unable to make the grab. Fortunately for the Bobcats, it's a foul ball, but nonetheless a great effort there from Amador. Had to have been looking into that sun. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the count. 2 down, bottom of the first. Home plate umpire addressing both sides, the count. 1-2 called, strike 3 looking, and that'll end the inning. We are through 1. Edinburg Bobcats nothing, Laredo United nothing. You're listening to 956sports.com as we head to the second inning. Welcome back to 956sports.com. Kevin Naro here with the call. 5, 6, 7, bottom half of the order due up for the Edinburg Bobcats. Scoreless through 1 here at Roma High School. Between the Longhorns and the Bobcats, leading it off is John Gonzalez. First pitch from Garza. Fastball, high and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Daniel Solis in the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-0. That pitch gets away. 2 balls, no strikes. Folks, if you're on Twitter, you can follow us at 956sports.com. We do have a link up to where you can tweet us during the game live. So at 956sports. You can follow us there for updates. 2-0 pitch. That's in for a called strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike is the count. John Henry Gonzalez, a junior for the Bobcats. He's been their workhorse all year long. Here's the 2-1. Hits this one the other way, foul. That one will land into the brush. It's a beautiful view out here. We're in the city of Roma, about 40 miles away from the city of Zapata, Texas. Look into the right. A lot of hill country. It's not your average sight, especially if you're from Edinburg. You're used to the city. And a called strike 3 looking. 1 up, 1 down. Nice off-speed pitch there from Garza. This brings up the designated hitter, Daniel Solis. First pitch, missing low and in for ball 1. We're here in the top of the second inning. The Bobcats, the away team here in game 2. One-0 swung on. And this one's a foul ball, backing out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 with 1 down. Middle of the infield, playing back. Kicks and delivers. This one looped the other way. Putting the hand up to block the sun. Makes the grab. Fighting off the sun and all. Making the catch is Artie Guajardo in right field, 2 down. That sun's going to be a factor here this afternoon. We had already seen Ryan Amador having a little bit of trouble going up against that sun. This brings up Josh Aguirre. 2 quick outs for the Longhorns. Fastball high for ball 1. Bobcats only have 1 base runner on. That was in the first inning. Jaime Alvarado got aboard on a leadoff walk. That pitch missing low. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 down. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on, slow roller. This could be trouble, but it rolls foul. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Ball looked as if it would have stayed fair down the third base line, but ended up taking a different spin and rolled just foul. Walking back to the box is Aguirre. Here's the 2-1. This one hit foul. Sharply over to the batter's circle. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Both hitters on both sides have been working the pitchers into deep counts early on. working a 2-2 count, full count. He's hitting a lot of foul balls, making the pitcher work. Here's the 2-2. Garza's pitch, a breaking ball, just missing low. United fans thought that was good enough to ring him up, but nonetheless, it's called for a ball 3. And it's a full count. Here's the 3-2. Chasing, that one's shot foul. Throwing the hands was Aguirre. Anything close is what the coaches will tell you when you have two strikes against you. Foul it off, stay alive, find a pitch you can hit. We'll try it again. 3-2 payoff pitch. Swung on, ground ball to the second baseman. Fires over and in time. 4-3 put out. And a 1-2-3 inning. Down go the Bobcats midway through the second. Bobcats nothing, Longhorns nothing. You're listening to 956sports.com. Welcome back to 956sports.com. Bottom of the second inning here at Roma High School. We're scoreless. 5-6-7. The order due up for the Bobcats. First pitch from Ortega. Swung on. Picked by Alvarado, shortstop. Takes a step. Fires over to first. Stretching off the bag. He's safe. It's going to be an infield single for Guajardo. Nice hustle there from Guajardo. Trevino's tip of the toe just must have been off the bag. He made a nice stretch. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat to the opposition. Runner aboard on first. Abel Aguilar is the batter. Hitting from the right-handed side of the plate. So just like that, the Longhorns have a runner aboard. Double play depth. And now the sack bunt comes in. Ortega makes the play over to first. 1-3 put out. Sacrifice is in order. First time this afternoon the Longhorns have a runner in scoring position. Your second base runner of the afternoon. Cervantes now comes to the plate. Batting 7th in the order, and high fives all around on the Longhorn side. To Aguilar, who moves the runner over. Fastball upstairs for ball 1. Again, the Longhorns facing elimination here in game 2, looking to make this go to a game 3, which would be a winner take all. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Ortega coming from the stretch. That pitch low. 2 balls, no strikes is the count. One out in the inning. Amador playing back along the grass line.
The outfield, right and center shaded pull.
This one hit the other way, however. On the run. This one's deep. This one's back. It's off the wall, but it's foul. That's a big break there for the Bobcats. That ball had some carry on it.
If you're on Twitter, you can follow us at 956 Sports. You can tweet us tweet the game live. Here's the 2-1. And for a called strike 2. Big pitch there from Ortega. Count runs even, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Runner on second is Guajardo. He'll take a secondary lead. Amador and Alvarado playing off. That pitch low and outside. And again, another batter working the count. Second time around, the Longhorns will work a full count. Three-two pitch, poked the other way, down the third base line. That's a fair ball off the glove of Henry Gonzalez. They're waving the runner home, and it's going to be a 1-0 Longhorn lead on the RBI double. That one shot down the third base line. Gonzalez tried backhanding it, shot off his glove and went down over to the fence on the left side. Now the field umpire calling time. I think he's telling he wants the Longhorn bench to stay inside the dugout. It's been more than once where they've all ran out towards about midways. I think the field umpire just gave them their first warning of the afternoon. So an RBI double from Guajardo gives the Longhorns a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. One out. Eduardo Mata comes to the plate. First pitch from Ortega. Fastball swung on and missed upstairs. 8-9-1 the order here for Laredo United. And it wasn't until the 7th inning last night when we saw the first run cross the plate. It's only took an inning and a half here to see the first runs of the afternoon. That pitch is fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. The batter is Mata, Castillo to follow. In case you're just tuning in, it's a 1-0 lead in favor of the Longhorns.
Here's the 0-2 with 1 down. Swing and a miss.
And a big strikeout there for Ortega. It's a big out right there. Adrian Castillo now the batter. Longhorns still have a runner in scoring position. That fastball is high and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the order due up, Enrique Villarreal. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to Amador in the first inning. Now Ortega calls time. Stepping into the box is Castillo. Here's the 1-0. Checking the runner on second, no one covering. That one painting the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, popped up. Gonzalez calling it off and makes the grab for out number 3. So it's 1 run on 2 hits And they leave a man on. We are through 2. Longhorns 1, Bobcats nothing. You're listening to 956sports.com. Welcome back to 956 Sports. Top of the 3rd inning. It's a 1-0 Longhorn lead. Bottom of the order due up for the Bobcats. Jaime Cancino will be leading it off. Bobcats just working through their order for the first time this afternoon. Garza back on the mound for the Longhorns. First pitch is a fastball missing for ball 1. So you can tune into the game live on 956sports.com, live video and audio, coming to you live here from Roma High School. You can follow us on Twitter at 956 and 956 Sports. That pitch hit deep left center field, and that's going to be extra bases. It's going to go off the wall. Rounding second and headed for third. And standing up on third is going to be a leadoff triple for Jaime Cancino. That ball just carrying with the wind. That's a big hit there for the Bobcats. Tying run is aboard for Ryan Amador. So once again, you can follow us at 956 Sports on Twitter. You can tweet us live throughout the broadcast. Head on over to 956sports.com for live video and audio. Here, game 2 between the Bobcats and the Longhorns. And this regional quarterfinal matchup. Best of 3 series. Bobcats looking to tie things up here. 1-0 pitch, slapped foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jaime Alvarado due up next, top of the order for the Bobcats. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball, missing away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Amador, the starting second baseman for the Bobcats. Here's the 2-1. Fastball, missing away, trying to set Amador up outside. It's the hitter's count, 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the 3-1 with nobody down. Taking all the way there. Counter run full on that fastball. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. 3-2 fastball, blew it by him, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for Garza. Back to the top of the order, Alvarado comes to the plate. He got aboard his first time up. He drew a leadoff walk and was stranded on second. Now has a shot here to drive in the tying run. Now the infield starting to play halfway. Third and first now starting to creep in. They're going to want to hold that tying run over on third, and that first pitch misses for ball 1. And if you saw the way last night's game went, with these pitchers in this series, runs are hard to come by. Here's the 1-0. Jammed him up to the shortstop. Checks the runner at third. Over to first in time. And a big out there for Laredo United. 6-3 put out, 2 down. Michael Castillo now comes to the plate. Now with 2 outs, your defensive strategy changes. Your infielders can play back and just make the play over at first. First pitch swinging for strike 1. Updated score, top of the third. Mission Veterans Patriots lead Roma 4-0 in a Game 3 winner take all. That's in the Class 5A regional quarterfinal. That pitch in for a call, strike 2. Hidalgo swept their series earlier today, so they're advancing to the Sweet 16. Here's the 0-2. Wanted a chase. It's going to be a pass ball, but the runner at third will stay put, and a wise decision there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Roma won that first game against Mission Veterans 2-0, and last night the Patriots exploded for a 10-run 5th inning and won 14-3. Their game was supposed to be at Edinburg Baseball Stadium at 2 o'clock this afternoon, but due to the rain, called strike 3. Looking. And after that leadoff triple, Garza retires the side in order 1, 2, 3. Strikes out 2 of 3 batters. Midway through the third, Longhorns 1, Bobcats nothing. We were talking about that Roma and Mission Veterans series. It was supposed to be played at 2 o'clock this afternoon, but due to some rain in the area, they got pushed over to La Jolla High School to play their Game 3, which is already underway. They started at 5. The Patriots lead 4-0. I believe Laredo Alexander is also playing against Palmview as well, so we'll keep you up to date with those scores. Follow us on 956sports.com and head on over to the website 956sports to tune into the game live, video and audio. Midway through the third, Longhorns lead the Bobcats 1-0. You're listening and watching 956sports.com. Welcome back to 956sports.com. Bottom of the third inning. Longhorns lead 1-0. Kevin Rauer here with the call. Live video and audio on 956sports.com. Luis Ortega back onto the mound for the Bobcats. First pitch swinging. Picked at short. Over, and did he keep his foot off the bag again? Safe at first. Deja vu all over again. A leadoff infield single for the Longhorns. Alvarado makes the throw. Trevino try to keep a foot on the bag, unable to. Bertie Martinez now the batter. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to third his first time up. End of the 5th inning, Laredo Alexander 5, La Jolla Palmview 2. That's an updated score. Alexander can hold on and win. They'll have swept the series. Alexander ranked number 1 in the state and ranked 7th nationally. They went to a game 3 last week against Edinburg North. So Martinez steps into the box. Runner aboard on first is Villarreal. Laying down the bunt. This one shoots back and foul. Off the net. For strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Trevino holding the runner on at first, and both the corners of the infield come crashing in, playing the bunt defense. 1 ball, 1 strike. United finished with a 16-12 record in the regular season. They went 9-6 in district play. Here's the 1-1, a pickoff attempt over to first, sliding back in safely. Again showing the bunt, the 1-1, the runner going, that pitch high and in, throws over to second, applying the tag off the bag, and he's out, caught stealing. 2-6. Big out there for the Bobcats. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the batter, Martinez. Here's the 2-1 outside for ball 3. So it's a 1-0 ball game in case you're just tuning in. You're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Laredo United got on board with an RBI double in the 2nd inning. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That pitch missing away, ball 4. So we'll get another base runner on. This brings up the number 3 hitter, Eddie Gonzalez. So Gonzalez taking his time, getting to the box. Left-handed hitting is Gonzalez. Swinging on the first pitch, and it's foul. For strike 1. Gonzalez drew a walk in his first trip to the plate. Was stranded on first. We're approaching the 6 o'clock hour here in Roma, Texas. Trevino again holding the runner on first. Off speed, outside. Mackie Castillo, the catcher for the Bobcats, trying to frame the pitch. One ball, 1 strike is the count. Pitch swung on. Shallow fly ball on the run. Makes the grab is Cancino. For out number 2.
If anybody asks you, we don't have technical difficulties. We're just fixing the camera.
Now coming to the plate is the cleanup man, David Garza, who struck out in his first plate appearance. He's 0 for 1. Runner aboard on first is Martinez. First pitch swinging, lifted to left center field on the run, makes the grab. Route number 3. Flies out on an F7. We are through 3. Longhorns 1, Bobcats nothing. You're tuning in to 956sports.com. Welcome back to 956sports.com here at Roma High School. Top of the 4th inning, it's a 1-0 Longhorn lead. Bobcats playing catch-up. 3-4-5, the order due up for the Bobcats. Leading it off is Luis Ortega. Swinging on the first pitch. That's going to be a base hit back up the middle. Ortega swinging on the first pitch. He's now 1 for 2. This brings up Matt Trevino. What is the third base runner of the afternoon for the Bobcats? It's their second go-around. 1 walk, 2 hits for the EHS offense thus far. Bobcats were able to lead off with a triple in the 3rd inning, but couldn't do nothing from there. But now they have the leadoff man aboard in Ortega. First pitch outside. Ball 1 to the batter, Trevino. Now you're going to have to be careful if you're Garza. You got Trevino, Gonzalez, and Solis, all the big bats for the Bobcats here. Valdez over on the third base side, giving his signs. 7 years at the helm is Valdez, 95 career wins. Coach Soto, Gonzalez, and Coach Kaz, all under head coach Robert Valdez. That one shot fouled down the left field side. Foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bobcats won the 31-6A district this year. Last year they had that early exit in the postseason. One pitch on the way. Taking a look at the runner over at first is Garza, and a pickoff attempt. Nothing hard, just a reminder saying I'm still here and I know you're there. Here's the 1-1. And the runner going. That's going to be a pitch out. Throws over to second, and he is tagged out. And an athletic tag there from the shortstop. Bernie Martinez Looked as if Ortega was going to be able to get around the tag, but he's unable to, and the Longhorns returning the favor on a 2-6 putout. Now Valdez is calling time, and he's all the way out there in shallow right center field talking with the field umpire. Got a 4-man crew this afternoon, one behind the plate, one at first, one at third, and one up the middle. So Valdez now is pleading his case, having the field umpires discuss the call. And Ortega is now back standing on second base just in case they overturn the call, and he's called out. Valdez is not happy with it, but nonetheless, there's 2 outs. So once again, the Bobcats get a leadoff man aboard, but unable to do anything with it. Two balls, 1 strike is the count. Pitch, it's going to be a chopper. Garza picks it and races over in a little PFP and a 1-3 putout. 2 outs. John Henry Gonzalez comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1, struck out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. 2 outs here, top of the 4th. Longhorns lead 1-0. Garza with the windup and the pitch. Fastball. Missing, low and away for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Little bit of an open stance for Gonzalez. Fouls this one back, just getting a piece of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Daniel Solis in the on-deck circle. He's a designated hitter. Good crowd on hand here this afternoon. Laredo United has their cheerleaders here in attendance. Reaching out for that one. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Nice throw. And in time, 6-3 put out. So the Bobcats get 1 hit, no runs. Midway through the 4th, Longhorns 1, Bobcats nothing. You're tuning in to 956sports.com. Welcome back to 956sports.com. Bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Longhorn lead here in Game 2 of this best-of-3 series. Ortega's off-speed pitch inside for a called strike 1. Artie Guajardo is the batter. He's 1 for 1 with a run scored, the only run scored. He scored on that RBI double from Omar Cervantes back in the second inning. Roma has cut into the lead. They trail the Mission Veteran Patriots 4-2. That game going on over in La Jolla. Back-to-back strikes from Ortega. No balls, 2 strikes is the count. Here's the 0-2. Swung on off the tip of the glove and into shallow center field. This one's going to trickle away from Alvarado. Nice attempt there from Ortega. Went off the tip of his glove. Alvarado tried making a diving grab up the middle, unable to. We'll score that a base hit. So Guajardo with a leadoff base hit for the Longhorns. Sacrifice bunt. Gonzalez comes in, plays it nicely. Over in time to first. Sacrifice is successful. Both clubs playing some small ball here early on. That's the second sacrifice bunt Aguilar has been able to put down. We have 1 out. A runner in scoring position is Guajardo. He's on second base. Seventh hitter in the order. Cervantes comes to the plate. He's 1 for 1. 1 for 1. That RBI double drills one to right field, making the catch in right field for out number 2. Josh Aguirre getting that all-important out number 2. Swinging on the first pitch was Cervantes. For a second there, it looked as if he was going to get into the gap, but it was well played. 2 outs after the leadoff single. Eduardo Mata comes to the plate, takes the first pitch away for ball 1. Adrian Castillo in the on-deck circle. So once again, you can tweet us at 956 Sports if you're on Twitter. Tweet during the game live. (1-0). Foul ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike is the count. Taking the lead on second is Guajardo. That pitch upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. So what did it take for the Longhorns to get here to this round? Well, they beat the McAllen High Bulldogs in the by-district round, and in the area round, they took on Brownsville Veterans Memorial. And here they are against the Edinburg Bobcats. 2-1 pitch, swung on, picked by Gonzalez. He'll go over to first. It's a high throw. Airmails it, but applying the tag. Doesn't make the tag. He's safe at first. Now Gonzalez at third. May have gotten sidetracked with the runner going from second to third. He thought about applying the tag. Now Trevino's going to say, was he out of the runner's lane? And the umpire is going to say they're going to check. The home plate umpire and both the field umpires in the middle and the right-hand side are going to discuss this. A sticky situation there for Gonzalez, and again, he made the play. He looked at the runner, could have tagged him, but decided to throw over to first. The throw was offline. Trevino was able to haul it in and tried to stretch and tag the runner, but avoiding the tag was Mata, and he is safe on first. The appeal says he's safe. Runners on the corners now with 2 outs. Now Coach Kaz is going to call time. And as a third baseman, it's either one or the other, but I think Gonzalez made the right play there. He made the easy play of just making the throw over to first. So Kaz out there talking with his infield. In case you're just tuning in, it's a 1-0 lead. Laredo United was able to get their first run in the second inning off an RBI double from Cervantes. Luis Ortega is your starting pitcher. Bobcats wearing their red jerseys with cats in white letters written across the chest. White pants, blue and red hats with the E logo. Big spot here in this ball game. 1-0 Longhorns lead. Runners on the corners, first and third, 2 outs for the 9-hole hitter, Adrian Castillo. He's 0 for 1. First pitch from Ortega is a fastball high and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0. Ortega's pitch is hit right back to the third baseman, John Henry Gonzalez. He hauls in the third out of the inning. So they'll get 2 hits, no runs. They'll leave 2 men on. We are through 4. The Laredo United Longhorns 1. The Edinburg Bobcats nothing. You're tuning in to 956sports.com. Welcome back to 956sports.com. Top of the 5th inning. And the Longhorns have a 1-0 lead. Just about a mirror image of last night's ball game. All pitching and defense played here in game 2. First pitch missing for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That pitch well away. Two balls, no strikes. The Patriots have opened up their lead. They lead now 7-2. They're getting closer and closer to that Sweet 16. Hard hit ball. Nice pick over at third. Steps back up. Fires across the diamond and a 5-3 put out. Took away a base hit there from Daniel Solis as Abel Aguilar. Well, Coach Casey Smith said last night that one day the baseball will roll your way and the other way it won't. And it is what it is. That time that ball rolled in favor of the Longhorns. First pitch is fouled back for strike 1. To the batter, Josh Aguirre. 8-9-1, bottom half of the order for the Bobcats. Infield playing back. No one aboard. Fouled back again. No balls, 2 strikes. The Lady Greyhounds won their Game 3 contest, so they're headed for the Sweet 16. They went 3 games with San Antonio O'Connor. Swing and a miss for a strikeout. 3 pitches from Garza. All of them strikes. 2 quick outs for the Bobcats. Springs up Jaime Cancino. Cancino's 1 for 1. He led off that 3rd inning with a triple. Then was stranded over on 3rd. He's looking to put some life into this offense here as they trail 1-0. First pitch. Swung on, popped up, left field. Stepping back, making the grab is Eddie Gonzalez in left field. And Garza retires the side in order. 1-2-3 inning. Down go the Bobcats. Midway through the 5th, Longhorns 1, Bobcats nothing. You're tuning in to 956sports.com. Welcome back to 956sports.com. Top of the order, due up for the Longhorns. They lead 1-0. Ricky Villarreal steps into the box. First pitch from Ortega. Off speed, swung on and hit foul. No play. No balls, 1 strike. 1 for 2 is Villarreal with a single in the 3rd and a ground out in the 1st. You're tuning into 956sports.com. You can tweet us live throughout the ball game at 956sports. You can also head on over to the website 956sports.com and follow the game live, video and audio. That pitch misses outside. And the 1-1 got him jammed up. Shallow left center field. On the run is Cancino, makes the grab. 1 up, 1 down. Let's take a look at the Bobcats. Followed this team throughout the regular season, and their pitching had been a big reason why they were able to win their first district championship since 2008, behind John Henry Gonzalez, Jaime Alvarado, Michael Castillo, and Luis Ortega. Looping single into left field. This could be extra bases, but instead he's going to be a long 1-out single, and he'll race back to the bag. Is Bernie Martinez. Was looking for 2, played it conservative. Well, runner aboard on first. Springs up Eddie Gonzalez. Bobcats had a fairly tough district over in 31-6A. They had Edinburg North and Weslaco. They swept the Panthers, and they split with Edinburg North. Those other two clubs also playoff teams. Bobcats reigning North, and then PSG North. Off speed in for a called strike one at the knees. Team ERA is under 2 for the Bobcats. Not a lot of programs have that 1, 2, 3, 4-man rotation like the Bobcats do. They got guys that can throw heat, guys that can throw off speed. That pitch hit foul, no balls, 2 strikes. And Luis Ortega, I'd interviewed him before their area round matchup against Eagle Pass, and he said it's not just been me or one guy, it's been a culmination of everyone put together. Ortega says, coach has faith in me to put me on the mound. That breaking ball had some nice movement to it, gets popped up to center field. Cancino is there to make the grab. 2 outs. So Ortega is one of the 4 men in the rotation for Valdez's club. More of an off-speed guy, curveball, changeup. Doesn't have the blow-it-by-you fastball, but the changeup and the curveball make up for it. Got a lot of movement to it. 2 down, a man on first. Swinging on the first pitch. Fair ball down the third base line. And the Longhorns are going to have runners on first and second with 2 down. That was David Garza. Swinging on the first pitch, he's now 1 for 3. Garza, a very aggressive hitter. His last trip to the plate, he's also swung on the first pitch. Artie Guajardo comes to the plate. 2 for 2. With a run scored and a pair of singles. Batting 5th in the order is Guajardo. Infield playing back with 2 outs. First pitch swinging. This one's foul. Unable to make the grab, and a nice attempt over in foul grounds was Trevino for strike 1. So the Bobcats, as its staff, just been terrorizing opposing offenses. I was there at that game when John Henry actually threw that no-hitter against Edinburg Economides about midway through the season. 17 strikeouts and 5 walks. Threw his first no-hitter of the year. Also threw a 1-hitter against PSG North. Off speed, swung on and missed for strike 2. Bobcats ended the regular season on a 13-game win streak. And again, en route to that district title. Here's the 0-2 from Ortega. Off-speed swing and a miss for a strikeout. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. They strand 2. We are through 5. Longhorns 1, Bobcats nothing. You're tuning in to 956sports.com. Welcome back to 956sports.com. Top of the 6th inning, and it's a 1-0 ball game in favor of Laredo United. And the bunt attempt is shot up and right into the glove of Garza. That was Ryan Amador trying to bunt on the first pitch. Results into a pop-up. 1 pitch, 1 out. Back to the top of the order we go. Jaime Alvarado comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out in the 3rd and a walk back in the 1st. Bobcats through 5 1/3 inning have only mustered up 3 base runners. It does not vote well if you're a fan of the Bobcats. You're going to need some type of offense to get going here in the latter stages of this one. Otherwise, we'll be staying put for a game 3. Here's the 1-1 with 1 out. That pitch hit foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. So the Bobcats, as I had mentioned earlier, they did win their district. They swept San Benito in the by-district round. Then they went to a game 3 with Eagle Pass. They had been playing down to the wire. Took all 7 innings for them to beat Eagle Pass in that game 3. Hard hit ball that's going to get into left field for a 1-out base hit. Alvarado is aboard. He's now 1 for 2. So there's the base runner you need if you're Coach Valdez. This brings up Mackie Castillo, who's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt in the 1st and a strikeout in the 3rd. We'll see what Valdez decides to do here. EHS has struggled to lay down the bunt. Corners of the infield not playing the bunt formation. First pitch missing low for ball 1. Holding on the runner is Cervantes. Here's the 1-0. Low and in, 2 balls, no strikes. Luis Ortega in the on-deck circle. Coming from the stretch is Garza. Takes a peek at the runner. Alvarado on first. Swung on. Could look 2, 4, 6, 3. And that's an inning-ending double play. Nice flip there from the Longhorns. That's a pitcher's best friend. Midway through the 6th, Longhorns 1, Bobcats nothing. You're tuning in to 956sports.com. Welcome back to 956sports.com. It's a 1-0 Longhorn lead. Bottom of the 6th inning here. Kevin Nara with the call. And Ortega's back out onto the mound. First pitch, strike one. Abel Aguilar is the leadoff man, batting 6.
Hey, so you had
So he has a pair of sacrifice bunts in the 2nd and in the 4th. So he's technically does not have an at-bat if you're looking at it from a stats point of view. That's in for a called strike 2. Sacrifice bunts don't go against your average, therefore it doesn't count as an at-bat. So despite not having at-bats, there are 2 productive outs, both of them sacrifice bunts. One of the sacrifice bunts resulted in the only run of the ball game. There you go, there's your base hit. He's now 1 for 1. Batting 1,000 in this game. 7-3, Mission Veterans leads Roma. They're at the tail end of that one. If the Patriots do hold on and win, they will be headed for the Sweet 16, and they'll be playing against Georgetown, who won earlier today in Game 3. United now calling time. They're going to want a courtesy runner in over at first. Hugo Mendiola will be the courtesy runner over at first base. Longhorns looking to get some speed over on the base paths. Insurance runs are huge at this stage in the game. Sacrifice bunt. Picks it as Ortega over to first by a half step. Gets him 1-3. And again, we're going to go back to this ball game, and we're going to see that the sacrifice bunts played a big part in this game. Playing the small ball. Nothing wrong with that. Now it's 8-3 in the top of the 5th. Mission Veterans leads. So again, if you're on Twitter, you can follow us at Twitter at 956sports. Tweet us live during the game. And you can also head on over to the website, 956sports.com, for live video and audio. So Coach Gomez was talking with the home plate umpire. First pitch is a called strike 1. Back to the action, now batting is number 16, Beto Cervantes, listed as a sophomore. So Coach Gomez now going to his bench with a pinch hitter here. Falls behind in the count early, no balls, 2 strikes, with Castillo in the on-deck circle. It's a big run over on second base. United looking to, I mentioned earlier, grab some insurance runs. Pitch out there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Castillo calling for the fastball high and away. Ortega steps off the mound. Here's the 1-2. Fastball high and in, gets him to chase for a big out, number 2 on the strikeout. Fourth strikeout of the afternoon for Ortega. Adrian Castillo comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a pop-up to third and a liner to third. So Gonzalez should be ready over at third. Swinging on the first pitch, pops it up. Left center field, Cancino makes the grab for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left on. We are through 6 here at Roma High School. The Longhorns lead the Bobcats 1-0 as we head to the 7th inning. You're tuning in to 956sports.com. Welcome back to 956sports.com. Top of the 7th inning, and the last shot for the Bobcats here. They can either tie it or take the lead if they want to keep this one going. 3, 4, 5, heart of the order due up for the Bobcats, and this is where they want to make their money here. Ortega leads it off. He takes the first pitch. Called strike one looking. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a ground out in the first and a single in the fourth. The 0-1 pitch swung on. Chopper to the shortstop. Picks it. Sets his feet. Fires and throws. 6-3 put out for out number 1. This brings up Matt Trevino. So a rather quick ball game, and really it's been a mirror image of game 1. The run's hard to come by. The pitching's solid. Defense is there. Only this time, the only run of the ball game thus far came in the 2nd inning rather than the 7th. Also in favor of the home team. Here's the 1-0. Garza puts a fastball down the middle for strike 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch with 1 down. Swung on. Base hit in the gap. Nobody's home. This is going to be extra bases for Matt Trevino, rounding first, headed for second. That's going to be a 1-out double. The outfield is playing the shift. There was nobody home in center field, and that is a big extra base hit there for the Bobcats. And now Valdez is going to dig into his back pocket and call for a courtesy runner. Daniel Garcia, the junior outfielder, will now represent the tying run. And just like that, the Bobcats are right back in this one. And they're going to intentionally walk John Gonzalez. And I was wondering why Solis was getting ready to step into the batter's box. I had Gonzalez, Solis. But now we know why. They called for an intentional walk to set up the double play. And then again, Valdez going back to a courtesy runner over at first base. Now things getting a bit interesting here. So after the double, Gonzalez comes to the plate. Longhorns decide to intentionally walk him to set up the double play. Now the designated hitter, Daniel Solis, who was the hero last night, comes to the plate. 1 down. Swinging on the first pitch. Base hit into center field. Valdez sending the runner home. Here's the play at the plate. Not in time. Sliding in safe. 1-1. We're all knotted up. Top of the 7th inning with 1 out. Runners on second and third. Daniel Solis with a game-tying RBI double. Now time is called from United. How about that one swing of the bat from Daniel Solis? One down in the inning. Trevino led it off with a 1-out double. They intentionally walked Gonzalez. Then Solis comes through with a base hit back up the middle. Just like that, it's a 1-1 ball game. So now Valdez having a chat with the home plate umpire. And they'll get a courtesy runner over on second base, trying to grab a number. Looks like 18 for the Bobcats. Mateo Gonzalez will be the runner over on second base. So again, Valdez has speed on the bases. And Josh Aguirre comes to the plate with the go-ahead run on third. One down in the inning. Now the infield playing in. Here's the first pitch from Garza. Shoots this one foul for strike one. And again, the Longhorns looking to force a game three. Bobcats, on the other hand, are looking to sweep the series and head on to the Sweet 16. The 0-1 again, shot foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. In the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Go ahead runner on third. The insurance run on second. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, base hit back up the middle. Here comes the second run. The third run coming home. Play at the plate, slides not in time. And all of a sudden, the Bobcats have opened it up. And it is a 3-1 Bobcat lead. And in a blink of an eye, a 7th inning rally here for the Edinburg Bobcats. And now time called from Laredo United. So there's still 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. And now the Longhorns are going to go to the bullpen. We'll be right back. You're tuning in to 956sports.com. Welcome back to 956sports.com. Before the break, we saw the Bobcats get 3 runs here in the top of the 7th inning, still 1 out. So Garza's afternoon is done. They'll now turn to the bullpen. Number 1, Ruben Solis, the senior pitcher, will now come in for relief. A runner aboard on first for EHS. First pitch, strike 1 to Jaime Cancino. Here's the 0-1. Swung on to the third baseman. In and out of his glove. Goes over to first for the 5-3 putout. Was looking to turn 2, but ball went, juggled the ball. So was forced to make the play over at first. 2 outs. Runner on second is Aguirre. Ryan Amador is now the batter. Two down in the inning. Runner in scoring position for the Bobcats. Swinging on the first pitch is foul. Well, United is not done yet. Remember that they're the home team. So they will have a crack at it. And they'll be starting up at the top of their order. Villarreal, Martinez, and Gonzalez. We'll see what Valdez decides to do when we head to the bottom half of the frame. Whether Ortega will be good to go. That pitch missing low for ball 1. So the Bobcats were scoreless through 6 innings until this 3-run top half of the 7th. The 1-1 just getting a piece of it foul. And again, the winner here will face San Antonio Johnson in the Sweet 16. They swept O'Connor last night. Here's the 1-2. That pitch missing away. Count runs even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2, swung on, second base, ground ball, bobbles it, picks it up, flips it over to first, and in time, and it's a 4-3 putout. Not before the Bobcats get 3 runs on 3 hits and 1 walk. Midway through the 7th, the Bobcats have their first lead of the afternoon, 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to, or you're tuning in to 956sports.com. Welcome back to 956sports.com. It's a 3-1 Bobcat lead. Bottom of the 7th, new pitcher in the ball game is Jaime Alvarado. So Ortega's night or afternoon is done. He went 6 innings, allowing 1 run. Alvarado looking to close this one out. First pitch, high and in for ball 1. Ricky Villarreal, the leadoff man, is 1 for 3. Now United looking to put together a rally of their own. 1 ball, 1 strike. And once again, Bobcats win. They move on. Longhorns win. We'll be back here for a game 3 shortly. It's in for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch, swung on, ground ball to the shortstop, picks it up, fires over to first, in time, 6-3 put out. One up and 1 down. So that's Luis Ortega, the shortstop now. Here's the pitch to Bernie Martinez. Missing low and away for ball 1. Martinez is 1 for 2. Base hit in the 5th, a walk in the 3rd, and a ground out in the 1st. Pitch outside. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. In for a called strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike now the count. Here's the 2-1. Popped up. Shallow center field. Making the grab. Out number 2 on the F4. Amador calling him off. Bobcats now 1 out away from the Sweet 16. And it all comes down to this. 1 out away. Eddie Gonzalez, the batter. First pitch is high for ball 1. And how stunned is this Laredo United crowd? They led 1-0 all afternoon long. Swung on, left field on the run, diving, unable to make the grab. This will get into left field. Rounding first and headed for second. Heading for third now. Throw to third, sliding in, and he's safe. That's going to be a triple for Eddie Gonzalez. Tying run now comes to the plate. Now the Bobcat infield is going to call time. They're going to want to have a chat with Jaime Alvarado, the new pitcher, who was able to get a quick 2 outs. Now Jonathan Rodriguez, the designated hitter, comes to the plate. 2 outs. He represents the tying run. First pitch Half-hearted swing, strike one. That pitch fouled back. Strike two. Longhorns now down to their final strike. Here's the 0-2 with two down. Alvarado sets and the pitch. Fastball away. Trying to get him to chase. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Bobcats are headed for the Sweet 16. Celebration has begun on the mound. The Bobcats were trailing 1-0 all game long. Rally for a 3-run 7th inning. And the Edinburg Bobcats will face San Antonio Johnson in the Sweet 16. Jaime Alvarado comes in, gets the job done. Now handshakes and high fives as both teams will show their sportsmanship. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in to 956sports.com. And the Bobcats sweep the series 2-0 with the final score, the Bobcats 3, the Longhorns 1. I'm Kevin Arrow saying so long and good evening from Roma.